Alright, strict, yeah, that's a person. There he is.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's how it works. A week, right?
I've been here for a couple hours just trying to figure out how to start. Here we are again. Alright, it's time for that surprise. We're going to put a winch on this. And not just an electric winch that you buy at your local hardware store or off-road place. We're going to put on a mechanical winch. It's going to run off the belt. So I kind of got it mocked up here. This is the way it's going to work. We've got a gearbox off an old rear drive tractor. I can't remember what it was. The pulley that was on it. And this is the drive for the auger of a snowblower. And I think with some pillow block bearings on here, this will be more than strong enough to pull this Mud King out of anything. So we're going to start figuring out how to line things up, make sure the pulleys end up where they want to be. Here we go. Alright, first we're going to clean the steel. As soon as I move my beer. Alright, now that we've cleaned the steel, roughly the size of that, that's really close. We're going to call that good. Alright, we take our square, press it against the frame. Draw a straight line. And 5.5 inches. Oh, we gotta grind some more. Alright, now we're going to measure the overall height of this is 5 inches. We'll call it 5.5. 5.5. And now we'll make this a square line. Alright, now that we've done that, now I'll go underneath here and I'll measure between those two angle irons. Alright, so what I've done under here with this bungee cord is what that'll do is I got it wrapped around the back pulley and then around the front pulley, the motor pulley, and that'll give me belt alignment. So between these two I have roughly 11.5. So 11.5 inches. Alright, so I I need 11.5 inches across. So 11.5 inches. Well, that's pretty close to frame. So we'll make this 10. Alright, now we'll take our trusty square, take our straight edge out, lay it down, now we'll just finish off our lines to make sure that they line up. So there's that done. Now we gotta cut it out. Alright, so the next thing you do, get the bungee down in there, measure down in here, we got just 2 7/8. So it's going to be 2 7/8 to the center of that pulley. So now we'll have to make our box to set this in the right depth. Okay, so what I've done here, I'll take one out for you. So what I've done here is I've taken bed rail, which just so happens to be 1.5 angle iron. Alright. Cut it to length. And now I'm going to weld it in. But to tell you how I got to this point, alright, I'll show you how I got that measurement. Alright, so what we have here is 1/8 inch steel, okay? This is probably like, we'll call it a 1/16. So I got a mosquito in my face. So I have 1 3/4, or yep, 1 5/8 rather, from the bottom of this to, we'll say, the center of that pulley. Alright, so we'll take 1/8 plus 1.5 is 1 5/8. So that should put the center of this pulley, when I weld this plate of steel on the bottom of these angle irons, that should put that center of that pulley right in line with the belt. We got the angle iron welded in. Now we're going to take the plate that we cut out and use it as the pan. So it'll go in there just like that. Alright, now what we got to do is we got to drill our center hole first for our shaft plate to sit down in. So simply what I've done here is found the center. Alright, right there. With that plate. A little forethought, and I probably could have done this on the drill press and saved myself a whole lot of heartache, because this is gonna suck. I gotta drill that hole to 1.5 inches with a hand drill. Oh well. Alright, so there's our hole. Let's see if it fits. Just like that. And it shifts. Can't beat that. So there's the first step. The next step will be drilling the holes for the bolts.